Daylight saving time is coming to an end come November 1st, meaning it will be time to turn your clocks back once again. If this sounds familiar, it's because the government surveyed British Columbians last year to ask them how they felt about adopting a permanent daylight saving time.
British Columbians were asked how they felt about discontinuing the practice of changing their clocks over twice a year. 93% of people surveyed were in favor of adopting a year-round daylight saving time, but government has since been dissolved for the election, leaving discussion time on pause. On October 31st of last year, the government introduced legislative amendments to allow future action on the issue. So, the legislative framework is already in place to enable a permanent adoption of a year-round daylight saving time. Laura Beckett, director at the Regional District of Fraser-Fort George, has been pushing for this change since last year.
The government committed to picking daylight savings time for all year round. However, when they looked at their legislation, they decided to wait and make sure they could coordinate with Washington, Oregon, California, so that the coast was all consistent.
Well, the trade corridor is critical for our economic success. 0.5% of the world lives in Canada, and we're 12% of that. So the overwhelming majority of the human race, for us to connect with them, you have to leave British Columbia and you have to leave Canada. So making sure that we're not doing anything that would impact the overwhelming majority of our economy is always a critical concern. But the local settings on a clock or a watch are not going to be a major logistics challenge.
Scott says that the world is highly interconnected and trade schedules are computerized these days. It would seem that the necessity to wait on neighboring states to adopt a permanent daylight saving time is seemingly less relevant in today's modern world.
No, I think what was clearly shown with the public response is that people just want to stop changing the clocks. And I don't think that's going to change. This has been years and years and years. People have been asking for this. And I think there'd be a lot of support if the new provincial government just decided to do it on their own.
Perhaps after the election is over and a new government is formed, the conversation can be unpaused. Vincent Papaquash, CKPG News.